Aproko Doctor, Dr. Chinonso Egemba, an alumnus of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, is a Nigerian board-certified medical doctor, a multiple award-winning content creator, a public speaker and executive director of the 100K Club. In 2015, he had a gut-wrenching experience with a patient that inspired him and changed the course of his life. He decided then and there to take up the passionate duty to teach the Nkechis and Emekas all over the world how to live a healthier life using social media. He has continuously employed behavioral change communication techniques over the years and has successfully built a community of over 6 million people across platforms. Chinonso is deeply passionate about health information dissemination all over the world and strives to make positive contributions towards improving healthcare delivery and health ignorance by leveraging on health education, partnerships, and collaborations. In 2022, his NGO, the 100K Club, facilitated the screening of 411 women for cervical cancer and treated 70 of them. As of the time of this writing, the same vein, the 100K Club has paid off medical bills to the tune of 30 million naira. Chinonso had the pleasure of collaborating with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in New York in September 2023 as a goalkeeper partner. His admirable efforts have been recognized and awarded a plethora of times, but nothing brings him more joy than the backparts, smile, jokes, and approval he gets from ordinary Africans he meets every day on the street. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Roundtable 2024, Dr. Chinonso Egemba, aka Aproko Doctor.
Afolabi Nosa Adeyemi, popularly known as Lasisi Elenu, is an alumni from the University of Ilorin, a renowned content creator, stand-up comedian, and actor. Lasisi Elenu has seamlessly transitioned within the roles of content creator, influencer, comedian, and skit maker since the inception of his brand in 2017. He has featured in several Nollywood movies. In 2022, his outstanding performance, playing lead role in the comedy film Razgai, earned him a nomination for the prestigious AMVCA Awards in the category of Best Actor in a Comedy Film, showcasing his ability to captivate audiences on the big screen and online platforms. With a substantial social media following, Lasisi Elenu has received numerous accolades, including the esteemed Pulse Comedy Influencer of the Year and Trend Up Award for Comedy Force of the Year in 2022. Let's give a resounding applause for the extraordinary Lasisi Elenu.
Debo Adedayo, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni, is a content creator, actor, and producer for film and stage. His art and online presence engages a combined audience of 10+ million followers with dramatic themes of satire and social justice. Debo is a trained thespian with performance credits on stage, TV, and film. In tandem, his journey of online content creation started in 2019 with the satirical Dadiwa character that rapidly gained him a following across multiple platforms. By late 2020, Debo would also become an outspoken ally in the End SARS and Occupy Lekki tollgate movements, even after falling victim to police brutality as a result. In recognition of his art and advocacy, Debo has received the Future Awards Africa Prize for Content Creation 2020, Gatefield's People Newsmaker for Social Justice Award 2022, and Trend Up Africa's Force of Influence Award 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Debo Adedayo.
Mr. Macaroni, how many brown agbada do you have?
Are you there? What's going on here? If you know you are doing well, let me hear you say, "Aye." Tell someone beside you, say, "You are doing well." Tell another person, say, "Fantabulous." Now tell all this one is for the men. Tell all the beautiful ladies here, say, "I just sent you 500,000. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here, to be amongst you. This is my first time here, and it's been lovely so far. Lovely so far. Thank you so much. You were saying when we were called upon, we answered. I think that is also a testament of the great work that has been done here. So I'm happy to be here. In answer to your question, I have plenty.
All right. Lasisi, did you grow up in Benin?
I swear to God, let me just say something real quick. When I planned this outfit, it was in France. This light within my back, I don't dey sweat. Man, I just welcome all this jacket. Jesus! Baba, no, I'm hot oh. Baba me? No, I planned it, I pecked myself, I said this is good. But my brother, now Lagos, Oniru with him. I won't survive here. As I hear and say 60 minutes, I say I don't die today. Please, make person help me hold this thing before I die. Thank you very much. She na gospel house. Where my people for the house? What's up with you? She una dey whine me. You the form say you quiet. Come on for there. See your eyes. See carry lappy for pocket. And the form packaging. Anyway, I'm excited to be here. I didn't have a choice. Although I have a question though. When I heard roundtable, I just say it go round. But I say half table and give us. Anyway, I did live in Benin at some point. So my mom is was from Edo State. But I think pretty much just picking up the accent, that's what it feels like. But I didn't live for a very long time there, just for a short period of time. Yeah.
I'm coming back to each of the questions I've asked you already. I'm just laying foundation and asking you to greet. Yes, Aproko Doctor, obviously you have greeted. But what made you transition from a medical doctor in the hospital, maybe attending to few patients, doing ward round, making social media your hospital? Were you tired of the job? Were things difficult? What was the basis for the transition? Really? Because you're still doing medicine one kind, but you're hustling differently.
Valid question, but set up. So let me shock you. As at the time when I was shooting videos initially, sounding like a doctor, I was working in 3 hospitals. I was working in Victoria Island, I was working in Yani Solo, and I was working in Festac. So let me tell you how my day went. 8 to 4, Yani Solo. I will enter bus from Yani Solo to Festac and do 4 to 8. The next morning, I'm back to where? Yani Solo. You are not pronouncing it properly. See. When a Frenchman pronounces English words, thank you. I don't hook you for that one. So, and then on the weekends, I would come to Victoria Island to work. But I was still finding time to make these videos. And that was because I understood that a lot of people, that being said, I was seeing about 60, 70 patients in a day. I did not have the time to sit down and educate 70 patients. So when you go to hospitals and you complain that doctors don't really have time for you, it's not their fault. 70 patients in a day is a lot. Divide it by 8 hours. So there's a short period of time per patient. So it's almost like you come into the hospital and the doctor does not even look at your face. Was like, oh, so what's the problem? This, okay. And then they just touch you and then that's it, right? I realized that a lot of patients were not getting proper care. And so they needed some place, which is what? social media because everybody's always with their phones. However, I was battling against the Macaronis and the Lasisis at that time because I go make video that is helpful. Macaroni go just do, let me freaky your account. Millions of views. My video, 10 views. Right? So, at some point, I knew that was what I now spoke about earlier, that we needed to now introduce storytelling into it in order to keep the attention of people. So, it wasn't necessarily Sapa, because if it was Sapa that forced me to do it, I would not be consistent since 2015 till date. It was not poverty that pushed me to do it. It was a sense of purpose.
Oh, thank you. A sense of purpose, very, very critical. Now, something common about all three persons is that they're all graduates. They're all graduates, professionals, ordinarily. But now, this is also hustle. So, which is common. Go school, if they say you go school, is very important, okay? Lasisi, you have multiple personalities on social media. Today,
if you decrease, we don't know.
We don't know. Is it a disorder? Doctor, is it a disorder to have multiple personalities? So Bishop Feb spoke earlier. Bishop Feb Idahosa spoke earlier, and he said, carve your niche, identify whether you want to educate, whether you want to entertain. What was the last one? Whether you want to encourage. Okay, but on your page, you entertain, you do your Sinsu money, it's entertaining, you are the boss in the office, asking people whether they are mad. On Sunday you are a pastor, and your pastoral content is educating, is edifying, and it's also entertaining at the same time. How do you combine? Why did you decide to have multiple personalities? Is it that this one don't work, maybe this one also work? What was the idea behind that?
Okay, so for me it's simple. I've always been a fan of character. As a matter of fact, in 2022, when myself and my wife were having a conversation, I said, I would like to do a birthday party for myself where it's a costume party. And for you to be eligible for that party, you have to dress as one of Lasisi Elenu's character. Now, the concept was because I realized that growing up, I enjoyed Hollywood. Hollywood redefined me. I learned a lot from Hollywood films. Now, I realized that if there was a costume party, let's say in America, or a Halloween party, there are several characters you can pick from to dress as. In Nigeria, we have almost nothing as close as that. We end up dressing like them, Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, Superman, the list goes on. Back in the day, we had a few. I remember in school then, you can dress up as Papa Ajasko, Mama Ajasko, Boyalinko. If you see a Boyalinko anywhere, a costume, you know that's a Boyalinko costume. Same with Miss Pekweye, with Pa James. It was a fact. You knew this. And I like the idea that I can watch Papa Ajasko. The days they don't show Papa Ajasko, they show only Boyalinko and the rest. I still have a good time. So I said, okay, while I'm doing my content, I want to make sure if you're not a fan of this character, you love this character. And it's been like that. There are people that will tell me, or I've seen their comments say things like, I never used to find this guy funny, but this particular character now made me start watching the other ones. I don't know if you understand. I never used to pay attention to his comedy. I'm like, this guy with the big mouth, always ranting and shouting. But a lot of people didn't resonate with the ranting thing. Even though that was my breaking point, people enjoyed the idea of a guy just sitting down with a big mouth and ranting. You understand? It made a lot of sense. But to some people, it was noise to them. But over time, they could see reasons why they could be associated with the brand. So if they didn't find this funny, Zaddy is there, they can like Zaddy. Mama Itowan is there, they can connect with her. And I like to see myself as a family-oriented brand where everybody can pinch from. You understand? Anyway, that's it. I know you are not ready to hear how poverty sat me down on a Saturday morning and said, I will kill you. But that's it.
Okay. Just before you leave it, which of your character personalities is most successful for you in terms of followership, viewership, bringing in money and all that? Which one?
If it's church now everything now they involve money. If you all stop am for that bringing me money, all already bring money. But so before it used to be Brashegun character, the rant that leads my Sunday rounds was big. People like the idea of a Sunday round Brashegun. But over time, the Sinzu money became a household name. Everybody could relate, whether you are a pastor, you are a banker, you knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that behaved in that regard. Maybe somebody on your street when you're driving past, the boy with dragged up trouser, messed up jeans, and all of that. So I would say Sinzu money has been like my most accepted character or famous character, and I think the family one, Mama Lasisi. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Great. Mr. Macaroni, what's your, we're talking money, we're talking business, we're talking followership and all that. Everything translates to money. In terms of your content, some people mistake your content as, are you the randy old man that is chasing little girls? Or are you being satiric in terms of this should not be in society? For instance, what's your ideology, with respect to that character?
Well, for me, I've always said, time and time again, and I say again, that if anyone needs me to answer that for them, then it's because of the limited perversion of their own minds, not mine. I'm a trained thespian. All our works are to inform, educate, and entertain society. So there's none of my content that you will watch and you will not grab a lesson from it. It's not possible. You understand? So that character that you are going about disturbing fine girls and him always meeting his nemesis is because we are trying to tell society that you have a wife. Why not just stick to the woman that you have married? Because as long as that character will continue to exist, he will never successfully cheat on his wife. You understand? So yeah, that's the summary. So he's just wasting his money, he's wasting his time, he's being ridiculed, he's a shameless man. that's me. Yes, that's it.
Okay, great. Let me stick with you. So in terms of pushing the ideology of making money from social media using your content, how did you start attracting brands to your page to advertise? Aproko Doctor was saying now that people advertise. Sometimes we catch you early. Yes. Sometimes we wait till almost the end to catch say, so now advert they do this money. Which kind of rubbish with this? Yes. I see that I don't use now for this kind of thing. And so how did you start attracting brands to your brand and you start making money?
Yes, thank you. So I'll give a background to that because when I started content creation, and by the way, I started content creation in 2019. And when I started in 2019, I did not start with the intention of making money. As a matter of fact, I did not know I could make money from it. The only reason I started creating content was because I was depressed. I was tired of going for auditions. I studied theater arts in school. So I came out with the idea that any audition I go, they will pick me. I wanted to become the next CGMiGarden, next Ramsey Noah, even though I don't have their looks. But I knew that, by God's grace, I had the talent. But going for those auditions, they started to make me doubt myself. And that's what the auditioning system for budding actors, that's what the auditioning system does to them. Because sometimes it's more of politics. They already have who they want to pick. The game is the game. So you are just going there to warm the benches and they just want to get content that who will see the amount of people that came for audition. Most of the time, that's what it's about. So I was wondering, I said, I was winning best actor in school, back to back. How can I come out and nobody's picking me for roles? So I looked at it. Lasisi, around that time, Lasisi, Shaggy, I found what they were doing ridiculous. I tell him all the time. I never wanted to start content creation because I'm like, what are these people doing? There's nothing. If you study theater arts, anybody study theater arts here? Yes. If you study theater arts, you find it kind of, what is this? This is not theater. So that's the idea I was working with. I'm like, nah, this is not, I would never do this. But like my good friend would say, this time not poverty, but depression sat me down. And looked at me and say, oh boy, are you sure you don't want to try this thing out? And I'm sure all of that time, and see, the truth is, I never play with the God factor. I just believe strongly that God has a plan for everyone. And I've always said to myself that I will make it. Right from when I was in secondary school, I knew that I would be a success. By the grace of God, of course. I just did not know the time when it will happen. So I said, okay, let me try the content thing. And I started. So when I started 2019. Look at how God works. It was the same 2019 that people started to watch my content. And blogs started to pick it up and post and all of that. So I'm sure all that while I was saying, I can never do this, theater, God was just laughing at you. Look at this boy. You will find your roots. So when I started creating content, to now answer the question, that's why I gave the background. I just saw one day, someone sent me a DM. Oh, hi, Mr. Macaroni. We want you to, that same 2019, to help us talk about our real estate company. You know, you just put it somewhere in the content. I'm like, okay. And they said, how much will you charge? I ran to my friends. I said, hey, someone is asking me to come and do something. They said, how much will I collect? My friends say, I should say 50,000. I say, they will run away. Oh. So, I now went back to the madam and I said, ma, that, because I wrote a epistle that they did not ask me for. Said, because of the work, the creative thinking, the process. And I said, because of all the work, we'll take 30,000 naira, ma. She just said, send your account number. She says, and I saw 30,000 naira that I worked for the first time in my life. I mean, I've been working for maybe 5,000, 10,000, because those days I used to get small role, 5,000. But 30,000 naira, I'm like, in 2019, I'm like, what? That was when I knew I could start making money from social media.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. So let me ask that same question to Lasisi. When did you, because poverty sat you down on a Saturday morning. When did you start making money and how? When was your break from poverty sitting you down to you rolling? Yeah.
Sorry, by the way, I don't charge 30,000 naira again.
Okay.
Be clear up now.
So, Omolomo, you had to put it out there for clarity's sake. So, when I started putting out content in 2017, and same here, it wasn't, I think a lot of people have misunderstood the primary aim and objective of the core values being a content creator. Creation is like a lot of other things you do, like music, football. It has to be passion first. If you're primarily thinking about money, I know there's a lot of these things we're saying. Some people let me give you a quick story, 10 seconds. I used to learn Forex in 2015, Forex. I will go for seminars. When the people are telling me about how in my head, I'm like, why you did lie? I'm like, my God will judge you. That thing you're doing for money, it will catch up with you. So a lot of you here, I'm telling you, you might not accept it. All of these things we are still saying, it looks far-fetched. It looks impossible. It looks like, now you did buy that car. Now you did buy that house. But let me tell you, content creation is the new oil. I am currently doing a talent show called Talent Past Talent. Macaroni was with me yesterday. We shot. It's free. People come there, subscribe, send a video to show their talent. You can see people in their numbers performing. And it made me understand that they are talented people that really want it. But a majority don't understand. The first time I made money from social media was in 2017. I think it was my friend, Ibrahim, Great IB. He was the one that first paid me for a Bitcoin advertisement. Then I was doing it for the love, for the I'm posting a video, it's having traction. I'm not interested anymore. I'm thinking of a new video. I just want people to be happy. That guy has started again. They give me joy. I say, God, may this just continue. So I was not thinking about. Of course, at some point, then I was a voiceover artist. I was doing a radio go like adverts, small coins. You understand? Music has first destroyed my life. All my small money, music. Poverty sat me down on a Saturday morning. And said he will kill me. Music already told me, locked me in a room and said, you will never make it. I tell her, I said, no worry. So the first time I made money from content creation was 2017, 50,000, and then 100,000. And then fear, they feel like say I cheat them because I'm like, I just in my house, I just create content. So I'm like, and they also say, one guy sent me to say, thank you so much. I don't know what I do for him. When you are in cognizance of who you are, you don't know the impact you are making. Until one day, one guy told me, he gave me an outfit to wear. I wore it, tagged him, like, I didn't pay. I said, yeah. And so I go, you collect him, yeah. I said, see me see native. I enjoyed myself. Later on, me and the guy became friends. And he said, when I posted that thing, he sold over 100 of that outfit. One of the outfits at the time was 30,000 naira. To me, buying native of 30,000 naira was a big deal. I go buy him. He gave it to me for free. I go in page, go click, I say, 30K, boy. I was happy. I went to church. I served God that day. I enjoyed myself. But I did not know what he was doing for the people that were reaching out to me. Because it happened in the comfort of my home, me creating it. I didn't go and use money. I didn't understand that because it was something I loved. It didn't feel like work. It was something that came natural for me. I didn't have to go to an office and my oga say, look at you, because of your body odor, don't come to work today. It was, so I didn't know that I was being impactful to the organization. But because it came with gift of God, everything. So primarily, I just want to say, stop putting the money first in this thing. Money will come. But if you say another one, I hear one guy for there, he say, which platform gives you money the most? Epa Mudiana, you solo man, calm down.
We've had a lot of talk on platforms today. The first presenter talked about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all the platforms, and gave all the statistics and data on usage and users and all of that. Aproko Doctor, for you, how do you make money from that your page? You have about 2 million followers on Instagram alone. Yes, how do you make money on your page? How do you make money?
All these kind of questions, they be like set up. But usually, I think like our previous speakers have explained, right? You have an audience. Brands want to connect to that audience. You are the channel to the audience. Because whether we like it or not, these brands also run ads on their own. But for some reason, like I said, human beings will love community. So they want to get into a community. And that community is your community. So it is when you have succeeded in building a community by constantly giving to them. Because whether we like it or not, social media is hard work. Some of you think, you're just sitting down, you're putting, there are some days when you don't want to do it. You don't feel like doing it. You're tired, you're burnt out, but you just have to. Why? Because you have a responsibility to that community to continue giving to them. So what is being rewarded is your consistency to that community. Right? Because brands see it. They can see the way the banter is going back and forth. And many times they want a part of it. So they would say, okay, help us talk to your community about this. And then when you do that, you're now giving some money in exchange. Sometimes it's not money. Sometimes some people will tell you, oh, you can have an equity in our company for this amount. Just share this. Some people would give you what's it called? Native. I wish I can do native. Yes. I just know that sometimes some people just say, oh, there's this cloth, please take it, wear it. I don't know how to do that one. Which is also very important, right? It is very important to play towards your strengths and use it. There's something called the unfair advantage. And it is simply this. There's something you can do that people around you cannot do as well as you can. If you keep looking at what they can do better than you, you're going to miss out on everything. But you see that thing that you can do. Milk it. For me, it is very simple. I can make complex things simple to understand. Milk it. So I spend time educating myself. I spend time reading. I spend time doing research. I'm not sure other content creators who are not in that line would have the time to start making complex topics simple. The same way, no matter how hard I try, I probably cannot be as funny as these two guys. If I do, there's something you're going to notice in the videos. The videos start to drop because it's almost like Aproko is trying to be something else. So if it's not you, find you and expose you to your community. Once your community buys that into you, you go up from there.
Fantastic, fantastic. Just a quick question following that. It's a simple answer. Do you edit your content by yourself?
Before I used to, but right now I can't. And that's also because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but it gets to a point where the content goes beyond you and you are now an institution that people build identities around what you're doing. It will be very difficult for you to, oh, I'm going to edit this, I'm going to edit that. At some point, you have to delegate and trust people to bring their own different creativities into your content. If not, you're not going to grow past a particular level. If you want to do everything, you will not grow past a particular level. One wise man or wise woman, I can't remember who was wise when they said it. They said if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, carry other people along.
All right. Excellent. I mean, I don't know. I've never met Eden Victor. I've never. But I know Eden Victor. I know his works. I just see the name at the end of the day. And even when we were planning this, I said, reach out to, look for Eden Victor. He can say something because at a point you cannot do everything by yourself. So I like what he said. He started doing editing by himself, but he grew and he grew above it. Now the question that follows that is, the person that edits for you, you pay the person. Abi?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So there's money on social media by just editing content. You don't need to be the Lasisi or the Macaroni or the Aproko Doctor, but yes, you are making money. Okay, that's fine. So Lasisi, how much goes into how much time and resources goes into shooting those skits of 3 minutes? How much time do you spend in shooting those skits? And resources. And people on set.
It is, like I said earlier, and I'll correct myself. When you are doing something in this content space, when you start off doing it, it's good for you to have passion for it, because that passion will sustain you. Like he said, there are days you have a brain block, you can't think of anything, and you're worried. But then again, I started to give accolade to myself when I realized that the videos people watch and tell me, oh, it was funny, or people in the comments saying, this one don't enter. It got to a point where I didn't put those things into cognizance anymore, because I started to think about, sometimes myself and Macaroni, we always gist about this thing, that Baba, we did try. Because when we think about the work we put in, sometimes we can be filming and we are tired, and after everything we'll just laugh and say, Baba, after everything, now 3 minutes this video can't be. Now that conversation is funny because we know how long it took us. No end up like this. We can start shooting the content and the end bit is not what it will end as. Because we started seeing that the direction was not going to be the kind of bang we want it to have. We can start, I can have a shoot with him and sometimes I don't even know what I want to shoot with him. I'm just telling him, Baba, come, I want to shoot something, but the story I'm not really sure. And then we come, we brainstorm, we gist, talk, and before you know, an idea comes, we start to work on it. Now, a lot of times, people on the outside have no idea. They just see, they think, oh, they are actors, they just do action, no. It is way more than that. First, the thought process that goes into the content itself. Now, how you deliver the content, it is the hardest thing to do. I've had videos that I shot before and I had to reshoot it again. I posted it before, but let me say 2 years later, I thought about the content and I said, this content there's potential in this content. In that time, in that era, people did not resonate with this content in the capacity at which it was supposed to be. I redid the content again, spent more resources, more people, and the content came out fantastic. So, as small as a 1 minute video, as small as a 30 seconds video, it is almost impossible to carry out the production of that video in that same time that the video is. It is almost not possible. Even my rant videos, as simple as it might look, hello everybody, Lasisi is here again, something just happened right now. I'm so angry. I go first sit down. There are days I'm in the car for 4 hours for a 1 minute video. I kid you not. This is not trying to make the story sweet. You know, sometimes when they talk story, we add ajasa, Maggi salt. This is in no way trying to make the story sweet. As simple as a 1 minute video, 1 minute, 20 seconds video of a rant video of me wanting to talk about a tailor I gave cloth to. The tailor could not find my measurement again. After everything, he came back and said, Baba, no understand now. My small picking don't sabi waka. Now he misplaced the thing. That small content. It can take me 3 hours in a car thinking of, how should I say it? Should I start like this? No. Everybody says, are you mad? No, let me not abuse him yet. Let me wait. I will ask him if he's mad at the end. It's true. So I will think about it, say, no, let me abuse his father. His father is to pain him more and people will laugh at that more. No. Is your father mad? No, I didn't sound well. Your grandmother, you with that. So all of those things for a 1 minute video, the thought process that goes into it is a lot. Now imagine when it is a feature post. I'm featuring 3 other people. I have to manage this one. Baba, where you dey now? Baba, they come and I like it. They move there for house. So it is a process. We shot video the other day with Nas Boy. The challenge. The video was 1 minute. 1 minute. This man here, before we got to that set, he lied, and he says he's a Christian. Baba, where you dey? I dey Jack on day. Adwek, Jack on day. Is it Meduguri? Why are you using 6 hours to get there? We waited, Kanayo was there. So it was a 1 minute plus video. But the process to bring all those people together, to manage them, to the one that you will beg, the one that will say, Baba, Chris Clan had an accident on that day. His car hit somebody. Police came. He couldn't come. So, but nobody knows that. They just say, the video funny. They don't try. Thunder. Okay, na church. No. I said the thunder of the Lord shall be upon you.
Awesome. The reality. So we've established, somebody edits, somebody does the lighting, you have a DOP, you have all of these people working. So you can also, you don't have to be the person in front, but you are making money. Yeah. With a meet. Okay, so I think Lasisi answered the next question a little bit. Do you script your skits? Or you just think of the idea and say, let's roll and start trying it? That's the first question. I'll ask you the second one.
Please, that day, that shoot, I was... Shut up. After you don't tell them, say, I come late. I don't go clear the air. All of them go come, they say, so that Macaroni likes coming late. Was that early today or not?
Wait now.
Shut up,
Baba, where you did? Now they call. They don't wait for you. Now me call. Swear.
Wait, I was coming from another set to join that set. It is also part of the trouble that he's talking about. You know, the thing is sometimes we call ourselves, Alpha, where you did now? Come. You are busy working somewhere else. But because of the respect that you have for your colleagues, you say, okay, I will try, I will make it, we just, and that's the beauty of content creation. It's like one happy family. I'm not saying everything is all rosy and all, but it's a collaborative industry. If you look at that, we always try to be there for one another. So he's doing this, he's doing that. For us, that's why any new person can come and they will still be successful. And it does not stop my shine, it does not stop Lasisi shine, it does not stop Shagi's shine. We are all doing well, you understand? So that's the beauty of the industry. And that answers the question. Sometimes I write, sometimes people send me ideas in my team. Macaroni, have you tried something like this? I have about 2 of my team members here. You want to see one of them, they don't hold phone, they record everything while they talk. So sometimes Larry will just send me, Maca, have you thought of this thing? We'll look at it. I say, okay, I like it. So this is it. If I'm shooting with someone like Lasisi or Shaggy or Taoma, I don't want us to work with scripts. We'll have the raw idea because you cannot limit people, talents like Lasisi, Shaggy. You can't limit them. They want to say more things. They want to do more things. So by the time you are telling them, take the script, oh yeah, like that, you go talk up. I cannot know how he will do it more than him. Same way, he cannot know the way Daddy Wa would do it. He cannot know it more than the way my audience loves it. So it's good to allow for your fellow creators to do their thing. There's nothing like, he go shine past me, or he not go shine. No, because at the end of the day, we want to entertain the audience. We want to educate the audience. There are some people that we don't like macaroni. But if they see macaroni for Lasisi video, they say, okay, be like say this macaroni say they try you. Same thing, vice versa. That is the beauty of collaboration. So yes, mostly I do come up with those things, but sometimes I have people feeding me and say, macaroni, try this, try that.
Fantastic. Are you paying that Larry now? Are you paying him?
There is nobody that works with Mr. Macaroni Entertainment and that does not get paid. It is a sin.
Hallelujah.
In fact, and it goes beyond my working operation alone. I strongly believe that when people work, you must pay them.
Fantastic.
You must pay them.
Fantastic.
You must pay them.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Awesome. I think before you leave here today, just freaking me with 500,000.
You see, I said this is part of us. I'm suspecting him. I'm suspecting you.
Okay. So on collaboration beat, because people quarrel when it comes to money.
Yes.
How do people manage the money? So I know that if you shoot a content with Lasisi now, you post it on your handle,
yes.
And it does well. It's 20,000 views here in 1 hour. It's 35,000 views.
Yes.
How do people collaborate, share money for the production, and share money that comes out from the production without fighting?
Amazing.
Have people quarreled before? Because this Lasisi, the way they look at.
You see, he's a fighter. Me, I'm very gentle. I'm not gentle. You see this boy, he likes to fight. You see? Oh, very brilliant question. By the way, please, can we put our hands together for him? I think he has been doing such an incredible job all day. Trust me, the way you have been managing the questions, brilliant, brilliant. Well done. So, I'm sorry. Let me just quickly backtrack to give some sort of background. I like backgrounds a lot to that question. I don't want us to get something wrong, though. When we were talking about passion earlier, and we said, yes, when you start creating content, the passion has to be there. And most of us, we just started doing this thing. Maybe you were tired at work. Me, I was depressed. I wanted an avenue to just express my talents. That's what I was looking for when I now started creating content. The thing is, so we're not trying to say you don't need money. And we're not trying to say that when the money starts coming, you say, oh, I love just the passion. No money. Who does not love money? You understand? So what we're saying is, you might not know when the money will start coming. But when it starts coming, to purchase what Aproko Doctor said, the only reason the money is coming is that they see a community that is building. They now trust you. The brands now say, this macaroni boy, people love him, or people trust him. People know that if Macaroni says this product, he will not want to taint his name. So they believe that let's engage him to tell his audience about us. And when we put our content, I want to believe the audience believe that Macaroni cannot lie to us now. Let us try this thing. You understand? So it is very important to understand the growing stages of content creation. There's the virality stage. I'll give you an example of someone in the virality stage right now. Lai Wasabi. I mean, everybody is enjoying, like anything Lai drops is gold. You understand? But as Lai is now doing it, he's now going to gradually grow a community of a fan base that is loyal. Right now, I'm not in the virality stage. I don't know about Lasisi, but you know. But what I'm saying is, I'm not in the virality stage. I have passed the virality stage. And this is not bragging. This is explaining. Don't get it twisted though. Oh, I would have loved to remain in the virality stage forever, knowing that anything I put out is going to go viral. But that's not how life works. If any industry you are, even music artists, you'll notice that some artists, boom, everywhere, they're just talking about them. Look at Ashake. I think last year or 2 years ago, he was in the virality stage. Anything like this, boom. This year, them Charlie Poppy and Co, they're in the virality stage. But the work now lies on you to build from your virality stage to your community where they can love and trust you. To quickly answer that question, there are some people that if we do video together, they've not born him where to come and collect money from my hand. Just the way they did not born me where to collect money from his hand. Let me explain that. I already said that you must pay people, but you have some certain level of relationship with some people that collecting money from yourself seems like a sin. I never used to believe in that thing. I never knew I could bend that rule. Me, I love to pay everyone. But there are some people that you have now become brother and sister, brothers, sisters. You know, once he calls me, Macaroni, where you do? I want you to. My schedule. Okay, but I'll make it. I'll go, I will call him, he will answer. So, that relationship, money, no. But for the crew, there's a standard fee. If we shoot tomorrow, if we are shooting tomorrow, everybody already don't know, okay, for today, if so amount will touch everybody, regardless of whether the video gets millions of views or the video not do well. The money we have agreed that you have said, Macaroni, this is how much I will charge you for 1 day, for 2 days, we will pay you. So what now comes out of that content? We don't pay production, we have done our own due diligence. Even extras, other actors that come on set that we don't have the type of relationship, they get paid. So it is important to understand relationship and why some payments might fluctuate.
Yeah, thank you very much. Aproko Doctor has something to add. And I was going to ask you already about collaboration. You go alone a lot. Are you looking to collaborate later? But to answer this, talk this thing when you want to talk, then fire down.
Man, this guy go fight one day. But I wanted to say something, and that's because as young people, we assume that the only thing we can be paid with is money. If you think that money is the only source of payment, you've not even started. I mean, it'll be the year collaboration. You know, talk the collaboration way we do now.
Sorry. You know you have come from today's early marriage.
Yes, now.
How many people saw that content? Okay, he has come from today's early marriage, and instead of him carrying wife, I chased him away because he was advising Daddy. Look at him. Where is your wife now? Okay, he has real life wife.
So, if you think that the value you can gain from a relationship or for something is only money, you've not started. In your stage of content creation, there are certain jobs you have to do, quote and unquote, technically for free. But you're getting something back from it. Sometimes it can be access. Sometimes it can be relationship. Sometimes it can be, the Gen Zs have gotten a particular level where they say, don't do anything for exposure. Do something for exposure. You just need to determine whether that exposure is valuable to you or not. You have to define if that's the exposure you need at that time. There are certain people that will call me and will say, come and do it. If I don't need that exposure, I probably wouldn't, or I don't value that relationship with that person. I probably wouldn't. And it's not because you're a bad person, you're a good person. It has nothing to do with that. You also need to channel where you're going to and find other people who are, quote and unquote, in similar journeys like yours. So that it's always easy for, make we join hands, do this thing. Because it's going to benefit both of you. Why did I show up? Because I needed that relationship. The same way, if I'm shooting something which we've already started, and I've shared it with you, I can always call these guys. I may not be able to call everybody in the industry, but I know some people that if I call and explain what I really want to do, they will show up. Right? Why have I not started collaborating like that? right? It's also because we are trying to, I posted something on my Twitter page, on my Twitter page a few days ago, and I said, we're exposing, or rather, we're trying out a different level of storytelling. It's going to be similar to what they do, but it's going to feel more like a movie that teaches people about health, but is not health-centered. So it's more like, you know, when we're growing up, when your mother wants to give you give you Panadol, we put it inside Gary. So you swallow it without realizing that you swallowed. That's exactly what we want to do with storytelling these days. Guess what? If I start producing, I won't be able to pay every actor on set. Do you know how much they charge? I cannot sew native now and give Lasisi and say, for this show, see the native, now white. It's not going to work, right? So, but they can be paid in other ways. So, when you're starting your content creation, look for people, and then networking is also very important. Look for people at your level. See how you can collaborate with them and get up. Don't start shooting your shots. Yes, they say shoot at the moon, and if you miss, you will fall on the stars, or shoot at the stars. Or whatever somebody said, but that's what they said. What I'm saying is, when we say networking, most people don't think of networking, they think of social climbing. So they walk into a place like this, and we say, greet your neighbors near you, and you see them, they're running to the front. Hey, good morning, sir. My name is, I promise you I don't remember. Did I disappoint too many people? I promise you I don't remember. The same way, if I go to certain meetings where I know that there are certain people that are there, I don't just quote and unquote run without creating a community around myself. There's that person beside you has what you need. Collaborate with that person. Move up. After a while, there's a particular scripture that says people will come to your light, but then kings will come to the brightness of your rising. There's a particular kind of... Thank you, sir. Wow, Naim called the Bible verse.
John 3:16. For God so loved. You know if you oppress me for year.
Genesis 1:1.
So
make I don't talk now before I go even get it wrong.
you see that virality stage where you don't pass. You go come back there. So yes. So network with other content creators that are at your level, and then slowly build. Why me? Because we're very few in our industry. There are very few doctors that do what I do, right? So it's not very easy finding people you can always collaborate. And also because I'm still in that stage where I'm still building. We've not started though. We're still building. At the point where we want to get to is where it's a family household. Even kids, teenagers, everybody can understand. So that's the answer to
Fantastic. I will take a few questions. I'm trying to cover the field a lot with the limited time. But let me ask, 2 questions came. So let me do justice to them. They are 2 in 1. The question was sent to Mr. Macaroni, but I will ask Lasisi. Any of 2 of you can take the question. It's all about trending. How do you make your video trend, really? And it says, my question goes to, when you create a content and you upload it online, when you upload a content, it will reach millions of viewers. And the same content, other people will create and upload it online. And they will not be up to 10 views. Is it that your content is unique from other people's content, or they swear for them?
But that is simply the same thing we've been saying. Every one of us here was you. We were once you years ago. There were times I posted content, I had 7 views. Out of the 7, I watched them 5 times. The remaining 2, now you don't watch them, my sister. So it is the same thing. It is not, the only reason we are having these views is because we have created a name for ourselves. We are now a brand. Over time, we were consistent enough to gain all of these things. That's why a reasonable percentage of people in this room know us. If you didn't know us, you people will not be here listening to us. So you are not cursed. Nobody from your village placed a curse on you. You understand? Just keep doing your content. It would eventually gain momentum. And when it gains momentum, leverage on it. And I want to say a quick one before I drop the mic. Please, if you are here, you are a content creator, you're trying to grow your brand. Not just a content creator, you have other things you're doing on social media. Stop using your business page for stupid things. It is important. It's not every time you see where the Wizkid fans and Davido fans are fighting, you are there with your business page, swearing for somebody's grandmother, telling the person if they born you, meet me for Atoni Village. You cannot be living life like that. Your business page is supposed to be sacred. There are things you should not post with this. Imagine your name. I see one the other day, something bed sheet and beddings. She they swear for one person, mama. They telling her you are. I'm like, you can't do that. So imagine me. I wanted to even watch your. There are people that in the as of today, I see people's comment on Instablog. I click on their page. Maybe they said something nice. This was a funny video. Check out my feed. I just dropped a hot freestyle. I still do them yesterday. Sometimes I just click like it was a funny video, an interesting freestyle. I do it. So desist from the urge to always use your brand in the wrong light. It never looks good on you. Please. Thank you.
That's a deep one. That's very good. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll take 2 questions from the audience.
My name is Ifeyinwa. Here I have 3 questions.
1, please. Pick the one that is best.
Okay, let me just read it out so they can select anyone they want to answer. All right, thank you. So the first one is, when you want to run ads for products and services, do you investigate those products before you try to run ads for them on your page, or you just collect the money and run ads for them regardless whatever it is? The second one is, do you add God factor in going viral, like creating videos, and after creating your videos, then you pray, oh God, please help me, let this video go viral, or you just create your videos and then trust in your own instinct that this will do well, and then you use your,
Third question.
Then the third one is, can you assist in listing out things that could help upcoming social media influencers? Aside creating your videos and running normal ads and then collaborations, is there any other thing you can tell them to add to what they do to assist them to do well? Right. Thank you.
Okay, very quickly, I'm just going to run through the questions. Very quickly, do we verify, before taking jobs? I think we cannot, to the glory of God, we cannot be at this level now and they just bring job and stupidly or foolishly, you just collect it without doing due diligence. It is a taint on your brand, one. It is disrespectful to the people that love you and respect your brand. So if it has happened in the past before, it can be pardoned that maybe mistake. But at this level, where God don't put person, it is somehow to now still put out something that you did not do due diligence. So, and I will also say it in this way that sometimes too, so you see some creators put out something and that thing now later maybe it happened to be a scam or whatever it is. Nobody said they should not do due diligence. Sometimes it's from the company's fault. But this is no excuse. The first thing any creator must do or any brand must do when they bring jobs, you must definitely do your due diligence. And I make bold to say that we do that. I do that. I can speak for my brothers as well that they do. Again, the second one, quickly, God factor. I believe in God so much. I'm not proud to say it, but I don't go to church like that. Neither do I go to mosque like that. My father is a Muslim, my mother is a Christian. I don't do a number of religions, but I so much believe in the supernatural. I wake up in the morning and I pray to God. I talk to my creator and I commit everything that I do into the hands of God. You understand? So yes, God factor did there. Whether the video do well, he no do well, but God factor did there. Because at the end of the day, if you do well, God and did there. If you not do well, God and still did there. The third question, upcoming tips. What can they do? The first answer is what Aproko Doctor said, networking. And within yourself, you know, you're shooting at Mr. Macaroni, or you're shooting at Lasisi, or even you're shooting at Aproko Doctor, or even Brother Shaggy out there, or Taoma. They are busy checking the replies of Lasisi and Macaroni. That, my brother, where you did? Because we're working together, and we know we need ourselves. We need to, when he was saying that in our networking, and that if they say greet someone beside you, you will run to the front and come back. You don't know whether that person you are leaving to come and greet that person that is. Forget that person is popular. You don't know what that person has that he or she can use to benefit you. But you just say, okay, because it day where I did, it might. Even if that person not be person who don't stand on his own, it can be the executive assistant to the person you want to run and come and meet. That will not have your time. But because you have established a communication with that person, you have exchanged numbers. Lasisi can be looking for an actor and he'll say, boss, that place where we go, one person will sit down for me, you show me the things where you don't do, very lovely stuff. That way they call you. So network among yourself. There's someone shooting videos, there's someone editing in your circle. Use them, and that way, you know, by God's grace, anything I talk, I always add by God's grace. By God's time and chance happens to woman.
All right, thank you so much. Let me take the second question.
My name is Benjamin.
Okay.
We really talked about passion today. So I want to ask, in a situation where you know this is your passion, this is your niche, and you know, hates and criticism from family and friends is setting in and is affecting your mental health, and self-discouragement is coming in. How do you handle it? And how do you give feedback on criticism? Thank you.
Thank you. Aproko Doctor.
I'm so glad you asked that question, because imagine your son is a medical doctor, supposed to carry stethoscope around his neck. And then he's telling you one day that he wants to start educating people online. How do you think that conversation went with my father? It wasn't funny, right? Because first of all, I'm trying to explain it to someone who does not understand what new media is, first of all. There needs to be a certain kind of wisdom that comes from accepting criticism. So you need to segregate the criticism, put it in classes. There's the criticism that comes from the people that actually care about you. You understand that they are criticizing you because they want the best for you. So it's constructive criticism. However, that criticism may be cloaked with fear, maybe cloaked with concern. They feel like what you're doing is a waste of time. As long as you strongly believe, because the limiting factor in this equation is you, first of all. You must strongly believe in what you're doing. It's not being stubborn. It's you know that what you're doing is going to do good. Right? So with my father, what did I do? I kept quiet. And I started creating my contents while still working in the hospital. As at the time when I resigned from clinical practice, my parents did not know. Why? Because I know that if I tell them that I have resigned without quote and unquote any sort of, you've not built a house, you've not done this, it's going to bring up another wave of criticism again that will most likely discourage me from what I was doing. So what did I do? I said I was going to give myself 6 months, resign from clinical practice, focus on this thing, do it for 6 months and see where it leads me. Nobody knew what I was doing. It was when the results started showing that my father sat me down one day and said, this Aproko Doctor thing, what exactly is it? Now I knew he was willing to listen. And we started educating on what new media and the power of new media is. There is a criticism that comes from people that are not attached to you. That's the one you find on social media. You do a content, because they don't have any personal relationship with you, it's very easy for people to give unfiltered thoughts. I would be a hypocrite to sit down here and say, oh, just zero your mind and continue what you are doing. Don't let discouragers discourage you. No. What I would say is you need to have a strength of mind enough to know where to learn from it. It might not come in the manner that you want it to come, does not mean that there is no value in it. So your job should be to sift through the rubbish that is being said to pick the gems that you need to pick. I faced it a lot 2018, 2019, 2020. I faced it on Twitter. I was being dragged every 2 market days on Twitter. AK Ori, dragged. They are always dragging Aproko Doctor. Right? Then there is now the kind of criticism that comes at a particular level from people who have made it their life's decision to hate you. Destructive criticism. And you need to understand that is a sign that you've actually gotten to a particular level of growth. Right? Because it's very easy to target things that are bright with stones or things that are big. So a big target is very easy for anybody to throw stones at you. Your mental strength. See, hey. You know what? Just be praying. Because it's hard. There are days when, it might get to you. There are days when it might not get to you. But here's an analogy that I use. If you're walking on the street today and a conductor tells you, see these useless boys, see as your head safe, you know even streets. Would you let it color the rest of your day? Why? I don't know you. So it really does, your opinion really does not matter to me. If it were your wife that said that to you, it will probably get to you. So don't let everybody have access to your mental health. Thank you.
Fantastic, 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 fantastic. Okay, Lasisi, I'll just ask you this question. Our time is up on this panel. We're just trying to wrap up. So there are 2 questions here that have to do with monetization. How can I monetize my page? I have 187,000 followers and I met the criteria, but no one to guide me on monetization. Another one, how do I monetize my social media page, especially Facebook and Instagram? Because it's not accepting Nigeria, I don't know what that means. But how do you monetize your social media page?
Okay, so the monetization conversation is one that even for big content creators, some of us still struggle with it, to be frank with you. Because, so there's a thing about this whole Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all of these platforms. These platforms, they see that as a market in Nigeria. However, for some weird reason, they sort of limit the access a lot of us have. You hear that TikTokers, content creators in the UK, in the US, they make good money. Not because they did an advert, but simply because they made an interesting video, posted it, and the video will make money for them. On Instagram, it's the same thing. When I was in the United States, I tried to do it, but I had to be in America for a period of time for me to be eligible to monetize outside the country. Now, when I was even doing that, I now thought about it again. Somebody said, when I leave, the system and the algorithm will also determine that I am no more in that geographical region. So the monetization process that has been done on my Instagram might be deactivated. Now, for Facebook, most times, most of us, like me personally, I did not do monetization on my own. There is someone that a lot of us work with. He's called Apollo Endeavors. He's the one that he did a summit recently where most of us were there, called Africa Creators Summit. He was the one who organized it, and it was an event, a summit that helped content creators understand, just like we're gathered here, opportunities that are presented for content creators, how to have access to these things. A lot of us went through Apollo to monetize our Facebook. I went through Apollo, I don't know if you did. Yeah, same thing. And a lot of us are still going through him. However, monetization on Facebook, as we hear, is now getting better. In the sense that you as a person, as an individual, can simply just go to the settings of your phone or your laptop, follow the process, and you can monetize your page on your own. You follow the instruction, put in the required information you need. Because a lot of us, they send Apollo the money, he now distributes it to people. That's how it goes down. Sabaloto helps people to monetize, Home of Laughter, a lot of them. So what I would advise for you to do now is
Maybe I would do that just so that it's not me giving you more work or more workload. What I would do is, before I leave, I will drop Apollo's email address for you guys. He's still the quickest person I go to for monetization, and I'm pretty sure he'll be excited. It's money for him. He collects a stipend for what he's doing for you monthly. So I'm not going to say, hey, okay, try to send an email to Meta. They probably will not respond, because I think all those platforms, reaching their customer care is one of the hardest things to do. You must have somebody that, like if I have a problem with YouTube, there's somebody I know I can reach out to, because if you say you want to send email to YouTube, my brother, it is well with you. If you want to send email to Facebook, oh, I remember when my account had an issue, it was him I reached out to for it. So what I'll do is, I'll drop Apollo's email address for serious conversations only. If you don't have any business with monetization right now, wait till when you have it. You can have the contact, but keep it in your pocket, in your back pocket. Don't start sending me emails and saying, sir, I just love you so much, please help my life. Those type of conversations are the reason some of us don't like giving out things, because we've experienced it. You meet someone somewhere, you say, okay, reach out to me. The next thing you're like, sir, I want to pay my school fees, I want to pay my rent. That is not the conversation. They will come, that time will come, but for now, face it squarely, the primary reason why you're there. So for those who are trying to monetize on Facebook, you can reach out to Apollo on that email. Tell him, oh, you've gotten to this number of subscribers or followers on this platform. I'm eligible for monetization. How can you help me? And I'm sure he'll definitely help you.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Just to add, you can also be patient for June, till June. I'll be at the English, they go. So this meeting we had with one of the orgas at Facebook, recently, and they said monetization would finally come to Nigeria. So that's around June. So that information he gave is very important. Still hold it one hand, wait till June, hold it another hand. So when June comes, after June, if it's still not looking like there's headway with the overall monetization, you can now explore this Apollo and other avenues available. Lastly, you cannot monetize until you build a community. Know that. You can monetize with the platforms, but you can also monetize your own brand. Like he said, wedding clothes, phones. Sometimes your phone comes free, because a dealer selling phones will give you phone. Just take phone. Just help me post, say, buy from so person. That's all. You understand? Your shoes, whatever, anything. So monetize your brand, and that is working on your brand. Don't stop. Keep building content. Some people say it is rubbish you are doing. Because if God say, I always say this thing, if God say it is tomorrow, you will make it, and you give up today. Wait till remain.